welcome to Literary Hype. I am Stephanie, your Literary Hype Woman, and it is time for another round of the Hype TBR game. Today we are playing for June 2025. June is marking a very special month, and that means it's the first month in a long time, since February, that I do not have a Comic-Con or a book festival happening in this month. I currently don't even have any interviews booked. There's one I'm supposed to book, but overall, for June, I don't have any commitments that require me to read anything. However, off in that distance, on the horizon over there, is not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, no, five Comic-Cons and book festivals in a row. So now's a good time for me to start thinking ahead and clearing off some stuff that I want to read before all that chaos happens. But before we get to picking this month's books, we gotta figure out how I did on May's list. So let's take a look. Okay, so it's not my best, but it's also not my worst, and in my defense, there were a couple things that came up that needed my attention rather quickly, one of those being the Celadon Reads Together program that I forgot I'd signed up for, but, you know, karma, I didn't like the book. But I also got to read Mary Kubika's next book, and that doesn't come out for like a year. They give us like Word doc file to read it, so hopefully something cool happens with that. We'll find out a little later, but there's a possibility of something really cool, so I had to drop everything to read that. Okay, I didn't have to, but I freaking wanted to. If you're new to Literary Hype, the Hype TBR game is a game I made up, which is a board game with some dice involved and some prompt cards, and it helps me pick what I'm going to read in the next month. It's also really mean on occasion, but y'all seem to like it when I'm hangry and unhinged, so that's on you. And since y'all did like the hangry version, I didn't eat before I filmed this, so hangry part 2. So now let's get rolling for June. June. Welcome to June's round of the Hype TBR game, where this game is going to tell me what books I'm going to read this month, or at least try to. As always, I start by rolling to see how many rolls I'm gonna have this month, and I'm feeling a little crazy, so we're going with a D10 today. 7. So then we bring up little Daenerys and the D20 to move around the board. So for roll 1, it's a 3. 1, 2, 3. Microphone. Upcoming deadline. Roll number 1 gave me a book with an upcoming deadline, and for that I'm selecting Worth Fighting For by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This is the Mulan retelling as part of the Meant to Be series. So that's Disney giving their princesses over to romance authors and having these romance authors bring them into the modern world. So there's a whole bunch of them already. I really loved the Tangled one by Christina Lauren, which was Tangled Up in You. They're super cute, super fun. And so I love the series and its concept. So this is Mulan and her modern retelling, so I am so excited to have this in my hands. It comes out this month, so I need to get on it. For roll number 2, we have a 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, here we go. Add 2 rolls. I knew it was too good to be true. So that didn't give me a book, so we're still on roll number 2 with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another microphone. A new to you author. Well, that started early. Thanks for that 2 more rolls. Anyways, so roll number 2, after it very cruelly gave me 2 extra rolls, it gave me a new to you author. And so for that I'm selecting Den of Liars by Jessica S. Olsen. This is a thief attempting a heist during a high stakes tournament. So it sounds like a wild adventure. I read the blurb. That's all I read, because I like to go in as blind as possible with books most of the time. Sometimes I regret that, but most of the time I like not knowing anything, and therefore it gives me a better reading experience, because sometimes the title tips you off. I said what I said. So this is an author I had not heard of prior to getting this arc at Y'all West, so I want to see what this is about. Roll number 3 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh god. Pre-order a book and add it to the release month's list. Roll number 3 toyed with my emotions and gave me an overhyped card, but that overhyped card was pre-hyped. So that means I pre-order a book and then I read it when it comes out. Or before. Sometimes I read it before, but whatever. It goes to the month it comes out's list, if I have not already finished it. So for that, I am selecting The Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I really loved her last trilogy, and now she's moving into the adult space. So it's very exciting. I want to get my hands on it super, super bad. So went to the bookstore and I placed a pre-order. That comes out October 7th, so that'll be part of October's reading list. Remind me, because I don't want to forget, unless I happen to get my hands on an arc sooner, which I really, really hope I do, because I love Stephanie Garber's last trilogy. I still need to read Caraval. I've heard great things about Caraval. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But this is a pre-hyped, so it needs to be a pre-order, and so we're going with Stephanie Garber. Roll number 4 is a 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh god. Oh god, add another roll. So now we're up to 10. This is what I get for using a D10. It was karma. It was coming for me. But that still didn't give me a book. So 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spotlight. Yellow Spine. Okay, I see you, dice, with your little +1. Rude. That was rude. Anyway, so after getting that overhyped card out of the way and adding yet another roll to my total, the game gave me a book with a yellow spine, and for that I'm selecting Last Night Was Fun by Holly Michelle, aka Holly James. I already love her books, but I also really enjoy talking to her. She's been on the show 3 times since her first book, and we have been on this ride together. She was one of the first authors I booked solely as literary hype and not as like news / I'm gonna use some of this for literary hype. So I respect and love her just for being willing to take a chance on me back in the day, and so I will read anything she writes forever. And so Last Night Was Fun is a co-workers baseball-y story. Like, they work at a baseball team and there's a text, so it's like enemies to texting buddies to lovers. I don't know. That's all I remember specifically from our last conversation, so if you want to refresh on what the story's about, you can go check out that podcast. Roll number 5 for June is a 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god! 2 rolls. No! That doesn't give me a book, so here we go. 1, a speaker. Okay. What's a speaker fiction? Thank you. Rude. This game is rude. It's so mean to me. I made it. Why is it this mean to me? But no, here we are with another +2. So that puts us at 12 rolls today. 12 rolls for June. Screw this. I might as well have just rolled the d12 at this point. Like, geez. Anyways, roll number 5, after tormenting me, gave me fiction. So I'm selecting I Think They Love You by Julian Winters, which several of my author friends have been shouting about, so I usually trust their opinion. They usually have pretty solid reading opinions that I agree with. So A, I want to read it for that. But also, Julian and I might be getting up to some shenanigans. And so if you are in the Atlanta area, you might want to look up ATL Comic-Con. And you might want to get tickets. Because I'm going to be there, and we're going to be causing some shenanigans in July. Okay, roll number 6. Please be kind. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spotlight. A gray cover. Roll number 6 gave me a book with a gray cover, and for that I'm selecting You Don't Have to Have a Dream and Other Life Lessons by Tim Minchin. Tim is a comedian who I first discovered when back in, probably it was college, of the do only a ginger can call another ginger, which I really enjoy and I appreciate, especially now he's way ahead of his time with the Gingers Are Black thing on TikTok. So he was way ahead of his time because he was making that comparison long time ago. Anyway, I got this book in the mail. It's a little book where he reminds us that our existence is fleeting and what really matters is creativity and purpose. It doesn't look very gray in this with my fancy lights on it, but it does. It's like a bluish gray, and so therefore I'm counting it. It's the closest thing to gray that I have that I am willing to put on the list at this point. Roll number 7, which should have been the final roll. Oh no, it's a 1. Add 1 unfinished from previous TBR. I'm so over these stupid overhyped cards today. What on earth is happening? Rude. Rude. Anyway, at least this one wasn't so bad, and it gave me a book unfinished from previous TBR. So in May, I did not get To Never Been Shipped by Alicia Thompson, and so I need to get to that. The book does come out in June. She's going on tour, and then I'll be doing some shenanigans with her in August, the first weekend of August at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. So if you're in the Tampa area, you should utilize that. And I believe she has a promo code for 15% off tickets at Thompson, so you should check that out. Roll number 8 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. A physical arc. Roll number 8 gave me a physical arc, and for that I'm selecting Never Thought I'd End Up Here by Anne Liang. This book comes out in June, very early June, and she's going on tour and coming to St. Louis, so I want to read this before I get to the tour stop and have her sign all of my books that she has written, which is all of them. I have all of her books. If you've been around here for a while, you know that I really enjoy Anne's books. They are kind of like crack. I will read these in like 4 hours. Her other 2 rom-coms I read in like 4.5 hours. I just devour them, and so I'm expecting to do that again with Never Thought I'd End Up Here. Roll number 9 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh my god. Book binge, must finish a book in 24 hours. But since that does not give me a specific book, we are still on roll number 9, y'all. 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That was a microphone, right? Yeah, microphone. Author you want to interview. Again, here we go again. Roll number 9, giving me a book binge, which means I need to read a book in 24 hours or less. So I'm just gonna have to be real antisocial and knock one of these out, because I have not successfully done that prompt in a while. I've been struggling on like focus lately, so I need to figure out how to focus and get a book done in 24 hours. Let's see what happens in June. But on the flip side of that, because that does not have a book attached to it, I did need to roll again so that I had an actual book for that number. So I ended up with an author that you want to interview, and so for that I'm selecting These Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean. I have done a panel with Sarah before, and something came up so we couldn't do the interview. Sarah usually writes historical romance, which is what she's very well known for, and I love her Bombshell series, like a lot. Go read the Bombshell series. But this is her first contemporary, and I am so intrigued about what story idea was so compelling to her mind to pull her away from historical and finishing the Bombshell series. So I know nothing of the storyline. I have not read the back. I trust Sarah implicitly, so I'm just going to dive in, and I know it's going to be a grand old time. It does have a quote from Jodi Picoult, so it's probably going to make you cry, but, you know, I trust Sarah, and I'm really excited, and she's coming on tour to St. Louis. Roll number 10. Is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Audiobook. Roll number 10 gave me an audiobook, and for that I am selecting Fearless. Yes, I have the physical book in my hand, but you know what? My library hold just came in on audio, so I'm gonna do audio because I didn't make it very far. I'm trying to read with my eyeballs this month. So I'm gonna do audio and let my eyeballs relax. This is the third book in the Powerless trilogy by Lauren Roberts. I am eager to see how she wraps things up. Roll number 11, and yes, we're still going. We're still not done with this. It's a 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. White cover. Roll number 11 gave me a book with a white cover, and for that I'm selecting I Hope You Remember, Poems on Loving, Longing, and Living by Josie Balka. It's been a while since I've read a poetry book, and so this seemed like a good opportunity to get some poetry into the mix. Also would help, since it's short and poetry, that I might be able to get this out as my 24-hour book, since I at this point have not rolled a no doubling up on the overhead cards. I think that's like one of like 2 or 3 overhead cards that I haven't seen this game. Not that I'm bitter or anything like that. Nope, I'm totally fine. So I'm gonna read a poetry book because this game is mean to me. Roll number 12, and this better freaking be the last roll. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Buy a new book. Whew, we made it through a roll without an overhyped card. Can we just bask in this glory for a second? Whew, we stayed at 12. We held on, guys. We did it. But roll number 12 gave me buy a new book, and very conveniently, I just was at the bookstore this morning to buy a book, and that book is Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. This is her newest rom-com. It is an age gap, which people have been all kinds of spicy about. Like, let the girl do some different tropes, for crying out loud. Do you really only want to read the same story over and over again? Like, we know what we're getting from an Ali Hazelwood story. Like, that's well established. But let her try something different, y'all. Like, you got on her case about sports romance and now age gap, and you got on her about Bride. Let her have some fun. Chill, y'all. If you don't like it, don't read it. Period. Move on. I'm very excited for this book. It is tied to Not in Love, which I didn't particularly love so much. Not my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. So this is a character from that, but I've heard nothing but grand things about this from people who have actually read it. So I'm very excited, and it's real floppy. So there you have it. 12 books for June is the goal for this game. It's not the only goal I have, because again, I am preparing for multiple conventions, so I need to read a lot, especially if I get some of the panels that I'm hoping to get in all of this chaos. There will be a lot of reading. So nobody need me in June, okay? If you see me out at the Stray Kids concert, you just mind your business. Don't try to talk to no, I'm just kidding. If I'm at the Stray Kids concert, you can probably talk to me. But otherwise, don't need me for the month of June. Like, I have reading to do. As always, if you want to check out any of these books for yourself, the links to do so are down in the show notes for you. Shopping using those links does help support this channel, and your support is greatly appreciated. And don't forget that you can win a book through my game as well. So go down to the comments and place your bet for how many points you think I'm gonna score in the month of June. Whenever someone gets it right, I send them a book. So definitely go down to the comments and leave your prediction for how many points you think I'm gonna score in June. And if you enjoyed this chaotic mess That is the Hype TBR game. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Literary Hype YouTube channel, and click that little bell so you get notifications every time I post a video, because there's a lot of fun stuff coming up. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.